Hey guys, Guardsman Duke here. I changed up my look a little bit. Hopefully that's not a problem. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that came up last night on the stream with Satan. I was talking to Satan, apparently. But what came up was they were talking about the possibility of coming out and an organized Gamergate boycott. Now, I know there was a uh, what was it again? It was some kind of thread they had going on 8chan that got like shilled to hell. Um, and it didn't it really brought up an important point that I don't think anyone here is really thinking about. As much as we, get caught up in our little fights and squabbles, we need to think about the end game, the end result, what we're trying for here. How does Gamergate win? What are the win conditions? And at the end of the day, we really need to consider what we're trying to do. Now, I think the generally agreed upon win condition here is that we force Gawker and all those corrupt sites out of gaming and end the, practices that have caused the problems that we're dealing with. And I wanted to talk about what we need to do to complete that. And the first thing I think is very important and something we need to focus on is the rebuild initiative. We need to focus more on building up stuff to replace it instead of just tearing things down. Because honestly, that's what the social justice warriors do. They tear things down, but don't really bring any stuff up to replace it. And I guess that's the important thing here, is that they don't really do much to fix things. So anyway, I just wanted to say that, we need to think of a way to win, basically. Because, I mean, we've been winning so far because they've been handing it to us on a silver platter, but we need to consolidate our victories if we want to succeed. It's not necessarily about destroying your enemy, but also gaining ground and completing your objectives. So I guess the real question here comes, what are Gamergate's objectives? What are we trying to accomplish? My personal feelings on the objectives of Gamergate is that we need to try to replace our current alternatives with a better system and honestly create a watchdog organization or watchdog group that will report on and, ensure that they're keeping their eyes on people so they don't try shit. That seems to be the better option. But also, we need to consider, too, about anti-consumer practices, such as pre-orders, DLC. I mean, I'm sorry, but Borderlands has become DLC of the game. There's so many games that have just become DLC heavy to the point where they're shipping incomplete products to us for full product prices. And that's not okay. Back in maybe 10 years ago, we had a system in place that worked really well for PC games, known as expansion packs. When you had DLC, you didn't have, like maybe like specific armor or whatever else. I mean, we had if anyone remembers Oblivion, we had the horse armor debacle, $10 just to have barding on your horse, which did absolutely nothing. But they Oblivion did also do a couple of relatively great pieces of DLC. You had the Knights of the Nine, which was an excellent addition, had a full-blown quest line that took you all across Cyrodiil. You did all kinds of stuff. That was great. And I'm sure most of you guys remember the Shivering Isles, which was by and far probably the best example of DLC done right I've ever seen. So honestly, what we need to do is we need to start demanding more stuff, more consumer-friendly practices. That's an important bit. Because otherwise this problem will just keep spawning up. This anti-consumer attitude is part of what spiraled into Gamergate. It's not just the social justice warriors. The social justice warriors, as far as I see, are they're puppets. They're doing their dance for their masters who are giving them money, and they've chosen the social justice platform because it's hard to be against. Because if you're against the social justice platform, it's not a big logical leap to say that you're against equality, and that's kind of a death sentence to anyone who wants to be kind of okay in society. Anyway, I'm gonna try to keep this short, but I really want to talk about this. I really want to see if I can't get some people together. Hit me up. Let's talk about this. We need to codify and figure out really what Gamergate's end goal is, and see what we can do about it. Just so you know, though, uh, we're winning. So we need to figure out how to consolidate that victory before those who would rather we die come up with an actual attack plan. They may already have. We need to act. Anyway, guys, Guardsman Duke here. I'm going to keep this one short. I'm going to do a couple more videos today. I'm going to try to bang out some ideas, and hopefully this lighting isn't too horrific. There's not much I can do about it. Anyway, guys, as I said before, Ave Imperator, the Emperor protects. Give me a shout.